Vanilla Sky. And I've always wondered about that particular role, also because there was so much surrounding the secrecy of Tom Cruise and his face, because part of it is that he's in this horrendous car accident. And I remember it was so like sort of paparazzi followed that film, and they were always covering him with umbrellas and trying to make sure no one got like to understand what it was like. And what was that film experience like? Because it was so, people were really obsessed with the idea of Vanilla Sky.
Well, I was definitely a fly on the wall in that production. I think my main memory from Vanilla Sky is I was just sitting on this bench on set between takes, and Tom Cruise just walks over and sits down next to me and pats me on the shoulder. And he says, "You're doing a great job, Mike. You're really doing a great job." And I was like, oh my God, Tom Cruise is telling me I'm doing a great job. That's pretty amazing. I never thought that would happen. That's kind of my postcard from Vanilla Sky.
The other one I just wanted to ask about quickly was, another superstar and like such a fascinating film. We were jokingly calling it a rom-com earlier, which is Revolutionary Road with Sam Mendes, which is such a heavy film, but it's so beautifully directed and acted across the board with you and Catherine Hahn and Kathy Bates and Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. And what was your memory from that set?
Oh, my memory from it. I remember all of it pretty well. I mean, I wasn't there too long, I just had the one little scene in the woods, and then I had the scene in the dining room. And Leo's close-up was kind of the last thing we did, which was pretty gracious of him, Usually whoever's the top dog or whatnot, they get shot out first, but he waited till the end, and very patient. And by that point, we had done the scene so many times, and he's still finding a way to make it seem like the first time every time, which is the trick. And I lean over him at one point, and I say something kind of snarky to him that he doesn't like. When I leaned over, this big thing of drool came out of my mouth, and it just landed right on his pants. I was like, oh my God, I just drooled on Leonardo DiCaprio. And I felt really embarrassed. And it was hard, actually, to keep giving him a hard time in the scene because I felt so guilty about
you were wrecked.
drooling on him. But he didn't even notice. He just kept going. And then I came over afterwards. I said, I'm really sorry. I want to let you know this happened. And he's like, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. And he like wiped it off. It's like, it's no big deal.